Yo! Video games.
At the end of the day,
I was telling chat, it's really unfortunate that Baldur's Gate had to come out this year, huh?
Oh, God.
A game that reviewed better than Zelda, you know, is selling incredible. Everybody loves Baldur's Gate. It's a shame it's not going to win Game of the Year. It's really a shame.
What if it's Zelda?
There's ain't no way anything that comes out this year, regardless of how amazing it is beating Zelda. I'm sorry.
Even though it's like reviewing.
Even though it's reviewing better, it doesn't matter.
To be fair, it's like 20 reviews versus like 160.
Yeah, but it is still will average out really well. You taking a video? Stop taking a video. Taking a 60 FPS 4K video? Hey,
maybe I'll have to like just make him play it on my birthday. But then I would like they would have to get like 4 copies.
Guys, stop taking a video.
What are you talking about?
Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
it's like D&D the game.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Like maybe it's delirious, JJ.
Dude, I played the game and like, you know, there's a little bit of a spoiler. There's a part where like this little girl steals something, right? She steals something, and then I'm trying to convince them, like, hey, you should let the girl go. You should be like, it should be cool. Let her go. And I'm like, use persuasion. Right? I use persuasion.
she's having a blast.
I have 2 dice. And I'm like, oh, we'll let her go, right? I use 2 dice. I roll a 2 and a 3 and a fucking freaking viper.
Steve just flipped his drink on the floor.
Yeah. Just a little bit of my hands.
Yeah, I gotta see you like overreact on this. When
I know, because I never do it.
Plenty of
Because I never do it.
Yeah, a freaking viper bites the child, and the child dies. The child dies because I rolled a low number. I'm like, wait, what? The kid died? Did this happen to anyone else? They're like, no, the kid lived.
Get him, chat.
I rolled a 2 and a 3. I had 2 different dice. And this child, it's a child. It dies. It gets bit by a freaking snake. And they're like, dude, that was insane.
The only thing I've seen on that game is someone kicking a squirrel to death.
Yes.
This is Baldur's Gate?
Yeah. He rolled a 19. Kicked the squirrel and it died.
Bro, I was shook, dude. I'm like, oh yeah, I got 2 dice. It's good. I'm gonna tell them like, hey, you should let this girl.
Spoilers?
Yeah, it's not spoilers because the outcome could be anything because it's literally Dungeons and Dragons, and that's the thing that I will say. This game is voice acted out the wazoo. I mean, she's not here. I can say ass, but whatever. Oh! It is voice acted insane. Like even for like so let's say you're whatever race you are. You could be orc, you could be, you know, drow, you could be elf. So then when you talk to people, they're like, oh, you're a drow. So like I can't even imagine how many voice lines were recorded for this, and I respect the hell out of it because there's some other games that are like you get to some parts and then you'll have to read and stuff like that. And it's kind of crazy. Or they'll be like, oh, so hey, what's going on? You know, and I'm like,
Kenny throwing all the shade at Yakuza right now.
Yakuza, some Street Fighter, a couple other games and stuff like that. But I can't even imagine how many voice lines there are in this game, especially with different outcomes, different things. That's one thing that I like about Baldur's Gate that really has me shook. I'm only like 4 hours in.
I'm very, very happy for the game's success.
Yes.
Honest to God, I am ecstatic that this game is coming out and doing.
Simmons, play with me. Steve is not gonna play.
I have zero fucking desire to play a game.
God damn.
Got him. Hell yeah, Simmons. Woo! Fuck that game.
Zero fucking desire. But
Fuck that game.
I feel like the industry needed this game.
None of these guys
needed it.
None of these guys will play with me.
Hell yeah.
It looks like nothing I want to touch.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely nothing I want to have anything to do with. But boy, howdy, am I glad is it the success it is.
Fuck those guys.
See what I tell you, Chad? None of these guys are going to play with me. I want to play like 4-player, have a D&D adventure, maybe for my birthday. Maybe for my birthday.
That's what you get for not playing enough Predator with me.
I play a bunch of Predator with you.
Exactly.
All right, time for that. I don't enjoy the sort of like. It's really cool, but like I lose interest in something that's so not open world, but open ended.
Oh yeah, it's open ended as hell.
Right, where it's just kind of like you know, you make your own adventure. That is really cool. Without a ton of incentive or crazy twists, I start losing interest after a while.
Dude, crazy! A child died in my playthrough.
Guys,
You rolled a dice and a child died.
Yeah,
he's obsessed with this kid dying.
Bro, I was fucking like, I was rolling good the entire time. I was doing all these high rolls.
He murdered a child.
I had 2 die, bro. One was 2,
Right,
the other was 3.
Look, like, that's the best thing about this game is all the stories that are going to come out of it.
Yes.
All these crazy random stories that come out of it. It's a great thing. I will lose interest. And I do not like turn-based much.
That's one thing for me, like turn-based. I'm not a huge fan of it, but like everything else is is amazing.
Like the child dying?
Yeah, sure. And a game. What other game was like, oh yeah, you know, you try to do something and a kid fucking died.
I'm pretty sure it was traumatizing, Kenny.
Oh yeah. It was my fault. I rolled a 2. I had 2 dice, and I had the 2 lowest numbers possible. And the kid, I'm like, come on, let's do something about it. It's like, oh, because you have this skill, you get 2 dice.
In Resident Evil, a kid dies too, so.
Yeah, but it's not your fault.
Oh, that's true.
You're not trying to like convince them.
You murdered a child.
And you rolled the lowest possible, like, yeah.
It's fine, dude.
It was crazy, bro. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I open-ended design is really cool.
I want to hit up
it's-
Tasty Steve. Maybe Tasty Steve will play
It's
with
hard
me.
for me
What?
to like retain
What?
interest. I did beat Saints Row 4 because this is
Make some noise.
so
That's
dumb.
D&D for you. I'm gonna hit up Tasty Steve. I'm like, yo, Tasty Steve,
Make some noise.
play some Baldur's Gate with me. You know who plays a lot of D&D is Sajam. Sajam has a D&D crew with some...
You know who
every
plays a
single-
lot of D&D?
Hmm.
Vin Diesel, your favorite actor.
Damn.
I thought.
I probably could play with him, but he probably heard all the shit I talk about his movies. He'd be like, fuck off.
You know,
I think J-Kid plays
J-Kid?
Yeah, he plays a lot of D&D.
J-Kid.
But he does that like real shit where you actually like talk to the people and like.
No,
okay.
but that's literally now
That's
what
hardcore.
That's what Baldur's Gate is, basically.
So it's a bunch of cards that other people hold, and then you talk about the story, and then they have to decide on which route they want, and then you say, "Oh, well, looks like you went to the wrong corridor, so you lose 37 points or something like that."
S-Fan, if S-Fan will play with me, I'll go for it. S-Fan has his game, but maybe I'll hit up Sajam. Maybe I'll hit up S-Fan and see if they want to do like a campaign together. You know, like, yeah. But I know
I have no idea what D&D is. I watch J-Kid. I watch his streams.
what you just described is not D&D.
What the fuck is he playing?
Not D&D.
J-Kid's playing D&D.
There you go.
Well, whatever Steve was watching.
Steve didn't describe it right.
What Steve's
Okay.
watching is not D&D.
He didn't describe it right.
I didn't describe it right. Okay, so I literally see J-Kid. Like, okay, he has like a four-man screen, right? And he is like the ringleader. And he's
the DM.
Yeah, he's a DM, right? And he's telling them, okay, you guys are going through this corridor, and now you have to survive if a dragon is in this room. And then the other guy says, I will use my ice fire. And then the guy goes, oh, it did not work. You lose 27.
Oh, you're definitely talking about D&D.
There you... Boom, son! What happened, chat? Let me do it again.
Yeah, what was
Boom!
Yeah,
You guys didn't know what's going on. That's exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
Punched in the dick.
I tell you, I know what D&D. I described it right. He doesn't listen. You don't know
What
what
was
I'm
the
talking
deal
about.
about the cards you were talking about? Like someone looks at cards and then like,
Yeah,
that
they had the cards.
that is not
Look at
what
that.
that is not D&D.
Yeah, another card.
You did.
See?
You were talking.
So,
about something
Guys,
else.
I have to say, I love Dead by Daylight.
Yes.
Yes, that's
So,
right.
so Simmons,
Yeah, you
Simmons is happy for the
You wanna see
success.
Nicolas Cage?
I'm ecstatic for the success. of that game.
And Steve said, hell no. And Simmons said, hell no. You'll play Baldur's Gate with me, right, Max? We'll go on some adventures.
They can actually have co-op?
This 4-player
Hell
co-op.
no, bro.
Yeah! High five, Max. You did it. Get this thing. We hate that fucking game. Yeah. Fuck that game. Hell yeah.
I look at people playing that and I aggressively don't like it.
Hell yeah.
And I can acknowledge it's probably
Fuck that game.
amazing, but I just
Exactly.
Exactly. It's probably amazing.
This is amazing. I want nothing to do with
I want
this.
nothing to do with it.
Shit.
Fuck that game. Unanimous hatred.
And
for one
I've
game.
always felt that about just D&D in general. I just don't like it that much.
Get
I
wrecked.
just don't like it that much. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
These three guys. God damn it.
Fuck that shit.
Shit, it's fun.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Kenny. Like, it looks enjoyable, and people...
Imagine Final Fantasy, the game, but like crazy shit could just happen because of a decision
That's
you make.
the thing is that we
And it's,
enjoy
like,
the
crazy-
narrative crazy ride of 7, the game and its story. It's
Crazy?
kind of fun. This, like...
A kid died because of me.
Yes,
a
a
fucking
kid.
child, bro.
Sure, I know. That's great.
That is crazy as shit.
child?
A kid in the game. I'm
Oh,
sitting
in the
there
game, thank God.
In the game, and I'm like, hey, you should let this child go. Well, you're going to use your persuasion. Okay, let me roll a 2 and a 3.
We just want
Kid is dead.
to watch the movie. Kenny wants to do the read your own adventure book and then tell you about how he went to this page instead of that page at every turn. And it's like sometimes I just enjoy the movie. Just watching the movie, okay?
I want to be the movie.
It's a different thing.
Baldur's Gate was a movie?
No.
Well, D&D was a movie.
Oh, yeah.
And
That was a
D&D
great
movie.
It was a great movie.
A great fucking
It was
movie.
a great fucking movie.
Play the game.
Very good. Chat.
I enjoyed the shit out of the
D&D
movie.
is
Up until-
fucking amazing.
Up
bro.
until
That
now,
movie-
chat, what is the greatest video game movie?
And D&D is not even a video game.
Mario is definitely up there, right?
Mortal Kombat. Sorry.
That is the greatest live-action video game.
Wow, we said movie.
Yeah, we did say
What's a
movie.
better movie, Mortal Kombat or Mario?
Mario. I gotta say Mario.
I would
Mario's
disagree.
Man,
Mario's
you're way,
Dungeons and
yeah,
Dragons.
you're
I
way
think-
too attached to the music and the dun dun dun
I think, yeah.
Sonic 2. People are saying Sonic 2.
Sonic's good.
Sonic's good, but it's not the best.
Sonic movies are
TMNT
great.
is not a video game movie, guys. Stop it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is not a video game. That is a
It's a
comic book movie.
I still think it was Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2. Sorry.
Street Fighter?
Street Fighter
Oh,
2,
well,
the
Street
animated
Fighter
movie.
2, the
Animated
animated movie, is probably...
The best.
It's probably a better movie
Ooh,
than
someone
Mario
said
because it's
Tetris.
actually cohesive.
Yeah.
We
Somebody
haven't
said
seen it.
Tetris.
Max has seen it.
I
We
haven't
haven't
seen it.
That's a weird kind
It's
of...
more of like a...
That's a
It's like a not documentary.
Yeah, not like, you know... Like,
Period. It's like a period piece.
period piece, not documentary. It's
Yeah.
about games, but not based on a game. That makes sense.
Yeah, and the parts where they try to shove like video gamey stuff into it is actually the weakest part of the game. Oh, the movie. Sorry.
Okay.
They really tried like it's a biopic. Yeah, it's more of a biopic about that guy.
But the
About,
guy
like,
who
the
created it.
producer,
Yeah.
not the guy that created it. The producer
We'll try to make it.
He
Yeah,
tried to make it a thing outside
to
of
get it
Russia.
out of Russia.
Right,
yeah.
right.
It was good. I thought Tetris movie was good, but it wasn't like
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 is probably still best.
Yeah.
I think Street Fighter 2 is better than Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter
Oh, I
2?
think so too.
You're talking about the Van Damme movie?
SF2, the animated
Van Damme
movie.
movie.
Yeah, that one.
Original SF2. Chun-Li
Oh,
versus
the animated movie.
Chun-Li versus Vega.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so stupid. Why did I say Mario? Oh, my God.
That's the best.
That is the best. That is correct. Absolutely.
Street Fighter 2, the animated, is probably
It's
still
the
the
best.
best.
It's still the best.
Because
Absolutely.
it's absolutely, you don't need to know anything about Street Fighter
Yeah.
to watch it.
I totally
It makes
forgot.
sense.
I can't
It's
believe
well
that.
animated. It's fun. You know, it hits all the right notes.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
The American soundtrack is godlike.
Okay, so then top 3. Street Fighter first.
I think it's literally Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Mario.
Yeah, Street
Yeah.
Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Probably.
Yeah, top 3.
It's pretty easy.
Probably.
Yeah.
Actually.
It's probably that. And it ain't.
FF7 Advent Children. So here's the thing. I'm an FF7,
Connoisseur.
I'm an FF7, big FF7 fan, but I'm not a
Aficionado.
fanboy enough. I'm not a fanboy enough to put Advent Children anywhere fucking close to a top 10 video game movie.
Ouch.
It's got some great parts about it, but hell, in terms of storytelling, what the fuck, dude? It is not good, man.
For top 5, I put Sonic. One of the Sonic's 1 or 2, and then the.
I didn't see 2, so I'm
Yeah.
not
2's
about
better
that.
than 1, though.
Two's
So
better
I'd
than 1.
Yeah, I might put Sonic 2 as like 4 or something.
Then I put the new MK movie in 5 for me. I know you guys weren't crazy about it.
Yeah, because those. Come on, Kenny, really?
Dude, I fucking loved it.
Why?
Dude, Kano. Kano carried that whole.
Let him like it.
Kano.
Okay, you're right. I can't be that guy.
I don't like it.
Stop liking the thing that I don't like. I'm not going to be that guy. Okay.
As long as you can recognize that.
Right, that's
good.
fine. Yeah, okay.
A lot of people have a problem with
They
that.
have a problem.
Kano
Okay, that's fine.
carried the whole fucking movie
fine.
on his back, and every scene that he in was fucking awesome.
The excuses he's making to like the movies drive me insane. You can't say, "Oh, I liked the movie because one guy carried the
No.
movie." That's not a fucking excuse
That
to like a
happens,
movie.
though.
One guy carried the movie. That's not an excuse to
like the movie. He was in a lot of the movie.
What?
He was in a lot of the movie.
Lots of movies get carried by one good actor.
Yes, and I liked how they did their
That makes the movie's bad and the character's good. That doesn't mean the goose
he
is good.
carried the movie to be
goodness.
good. Yes.
The goodness.
He carried it up. He lifted it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I was like, you should be on your knees.
Just say you like the character. Don't say you like the movie.
I like the movie. And in the movie, they did their fucking moves. In the original Mortal Kombat movie, nobody does their own nobody does their signature moves.
Literally,
Scorpion and Sub-Zero do.
Okay.
Freaking Liu Kang literally does a bicycle kick.
Yeah, like
Literally.
like at like one time, and then like Scorpion.
How many times do you want him to do it?
Well, there's a signature move, and the thing is, like Scorpion has a spear with a fucking dragon in it, bro. As a fucking kid, I'm like, what is this fucking clapping dragon, right?
PG-13.
Right.
Which is
And then-
why it's not the best.
Well,
It's a
it's not
Mortal
the best.
Kombat
Sub-Zero
film.
does
PG-13.
one
It's a Mortal
ice
Kombat
ball.
film without
PG-13.
fatality.
Sub-Zero does one ice ball,
It's PG-13.
and in this movie, Kung Lao has the fucking hat. He throws that hat, it goes there. He comes up, he goes and does the pose, and it's sick as fuck.
Sonya in the
Liu
movie
Kang-
literally does her fatality.
Sonya, like, dude, they're
Okay,
doing
the reason-
all the cool shit
the
in the
reason
game. They're
he
doing
likes-
in the movie.
So
The
does
reason
Scorpion.
he likes that movie is just as valid as the reason you like Man of Steel. They both suck, but you are way too intrigued by characters punching each other through buildings. So you think the whole movie gets carried, even though it's fucking trash.
Rolling, no.
Here's the problem with your argument, Simmons. Man of Steel isn't bad. It's actually amazing.
No, no,
So there's
The movie's
your
fucking
argument just
trash.
goes out the window.
Man of Steel's banging,
It's fucking
bro.
amazing.
fucking trash.
Fucking amazing.
Why is it okay?
It's
Explain,
awesome.
Steve.
Why? Here, you want to
Okay, yeah,
here we go. Here we
get
go.
him, Kenny.
Here we go.
Get his
You know
ass.
why?
Get
You
his
know why?
ass.
Because every other DC movie, the action was boring as shit.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
movie felt like the action from
Yeah.
the fucking animated series.
Yeah.
When you watch the DC animated series, you see fucking Shazam and Superman destroying cities,
Hell yeah.
fucking fighting. Some of
his
the
ass.
coolest action sequences.
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
in Man of Steel,
Yeah.
you get almost the 2/3 of the movie is
Yep.
fucking
It's, bonkers.
bonkers,
There's
bro.
so much shit happening.
So much shit happening.
This is what Superman should be.
Yes.
Is what the fucking second half of that movie, entire
Yes.
fucking movie was.
Superman
Exactly
going,
what we wanted. What from Superman.
going off, showing his power.
It's a no-brainer,
Compare-
and they figured it out. They're like, hey, let's give people what they want from
Yes.
Superman. And they're like, yes, here it is.
You just want to see him
Here
punch
it
shit
is.
through buildings.
Compared to that other Superman, where he doesn't do shit.
Return of Super-
Yeah,
yeah,
whatever.
Return
He
of-
saves a
that
plane.
was bad.
He lifts a fucking continent of kryptonite.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking boring, bro.
Yeah.
Boring to fucking tears.
You know what? Because they were trying to build on it. They were trying to build.
I don't know
It
what they were
sucks.
trying to
Yeah.
do.
Oh, he has a son now.
I don't know what they were trying to do, but it was fucking boring.
And the idea
And
that
Man of Steel,
the idea is like, hey, I'm gonna leave the planet so I can like go to like my home planet to see if I can find some like particles of the left of it. No, motherfucker, it exploded. Why you left? What the fuck? It was stupid. Like the whole point of it was like, huh? And then he comes back, hey, so what happened?
They suck. They all suck, Steve.
no.
They're all bad.
Man of Steel, fucking cooked, man. I was
Yeah, he punched
it's
the guy
a
really
popcorn.
good.
It's a popcorn flick,
Don't
bro.
ever use that argument with the rants you have on Fast and Furious.
I would almost argue that in the same way, that's also what Advent Children is, dude, right?
Yes.
It's the same shit.
Yes,
It's just
it
seeing the
basically
characters
is.
do cool stuff.
You get to the end, you get
That's why I
that.
like it.
You get this big flash.
I absolutely love Advent Children. I think I actually have the DVD.
Because like those moments
I love
are
it.
good, but all this stuff, like the connective tissue in between,
Right.
not good.
It's because I never followed the storyline. So
So that's inherently a problem,
Right.
right? Where it's like the movie does not set up for something that brings you in and introduces characters and reasons to give a shit why they're fighting. This is why, like, ultimately, The Matrix is like one of the best fucking movies ever.
Yeah,
because
it's-
every single fight has stakes.
Yeah.
Like, there's important things that you're learning or is happening every single time.
and you know what did too much of that? Spirits Within.
Yes.
That it did way too much of that. Like it overdid.
Well, it went ham on its like story, but it's like not told well, and it's not like that interest. It has an interesting like plot, but like the way it's telling us information is boring as fucking sin, dude.
Yeah, it was rough.
It's good. It's weird how Steve remembers that movie of all the movies.
Because Steve made us watch it.
Because
And we
I-
watched it with all the homies.
And I was betting
betting the farm on
I
it
was
being
betting the
dope.
farm on it
And
because
then-
I told
and it was
I was
me-
with my girlfriend and I was with the guys and we were like, I
All
told
of us.
everybody, I said, listen, this is going to revolutionize
Film.
movies, like film, as we see it. 3D animation is the new way to go when it
Yeah.
comes to movies.
And then we went
saw
there,
it and we're like,
and we were like, this.
And then
I
you,
was
you
so
realize,
embarrassed.
like,
I
okay,
was so embarrassed.
so it's like the 3D animation part of it was good,
So bad.
Yes.
but it was the storytelling that was
That was
bad.
so bad.
Like, the direction was bad. The
It was
characters
so
were
bad.
bad. Like,
Literally, there's like this one part where it was like, what? Like the character, like the old man was like, oh, and like that. He get this goofiest looking face, and then I think it was me who was like, what? And then everybody in the theater started laughing, and it was over after
Yeah.
that. God damn, that movie. Was
that
so
movie
bad.
almost sank that whole company.
Yes.
Yeah,
It did.
yeah, it did.
It was just boring and just like
Almost
all
as
this stuff.
important to have good storytelling
Yeah.
and shit. To have like cohesive like subject matter.
So I'm confused here. When it comes to when it comes to like Capcom, they sort of just license their shit out to like, you know, a Legend of Chun-Li and, you know, Van Damme Street Fighter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But when
Yeah.
it came to Advent Children, that was fucking
that was made by the people that made the game.
right. They put their money into this.
Yeah, they
bitch.
put their money in. They also got it back. The movie made a shit ton of money. So at the time, because it was revolutionary as fuck, dude.
Right, that's what I was saying. I was saying.
So the thing is, Advent Children was trying to do some pioneering shit
Yes.
visually. And
Yes.
it was pretty impressive at the time.
Yes.
So, but ultimately, like it's incohesive. Like I understand
And
the
my
story watching it 17 fucking times, but in the same way that like even remember like the first Mission Impossible movie's really hard to follow the first couple of times you watch it, and then it makes sense. The one where Tom Cruise has to like hovering or shit.
That's, like,
It's
really
so hard to follow that film
Yeah.
when you first watch it.
I
But
think the whole plot is literally just like the guy from the TV show went bad.
Yes.
Tom Cruise has to stop him.
that's actually it. But it takes you like 3 watches to get that information correctly. In the same way that it's a great movie, but it doesn't convey the information and like the set pieces and where we're going in a cohesive way. Advent Children is exactly that.
So here's the thing that I've noticed is that I think the problem with that movie is the fact that, again, a Japanese market is trying to appeal to an American audience, and they try to Americanize Final Fantasy. They
Oh, you mean for Spirits Within?
yeah, Spirits Within. Yeah,
Yeah, well, they were just trying to make a movie. Right,
Yeah.
something that isn't specifically like an anime.
right.
Like
yeah,
they were just trying to go generalize. Like we
Yeah,
want to create
yeah.
something that is going to be like worldwide, not just American.
Yeah,
So we're going to create this like sophisticated story with
And
sophisticated
it takes place
characters.
in America.
It takes place like with American Alec Baldwin, you know. Fucking- like yeah, I get what they're going for.
so bad,
But
It
it's
was
like
so bad.
remember the villain of that movie? It was
the guy. He was the officer. He
Yeah,
was the
it was-
officer. It's like,
it was
I think it was like the ex-boyfriend of
played
the
by
main chick.
Hades. The guy played him, and then it was just like a
James
shitty.
Woods, yeah.
It was like the most hilariously comical, like paper thin
Yeah,
villain,
yeah.
Wesker guy. Like,
Yes.
whoa, dude, this
James
is
He was
rough.
like,
I
he
saw
was
that
like
movie
fucking up on the
once.
satellite or something.
I don't
Yeah.
remember dick for shit about that movie. I just remember it was
There's no
it's
reason.
bad.
there's
I
nothing to
remember
I saw it
I
recently.
only remember there was the city and there was those ghosts, those spirits.
Yes, that
if
take people
if,
over.
If they touch you, you die and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
so they had
yeah.
to build these cities.
That's about-
the only thing I remember.
You remember
She
most-
had a
more
ghost
than most.
inside of her, and she had to do this lock and key to keep the ghost from actually escaping.
I don't remember that shit. But Simmons, you said some shit like, oh, like fucking Fast and the Furious and Fast and the Furious is fucking cars. Like, oh, I'm gonna just jump this car crash it into a helicopter
Okay.
and then keep driving. Fucking Superman is just fighting. They're not fucking taking cars, dropping them off planes,
Kenny,
landing
to
on
give
them.
you credit-
Come on,
to give-
I can't
to
take
give
off.
you
Yeah.
to give you credit,
Yes.
you know, it's there's a gray area in between, and yeah, I think Man of Steel is likely more manageable
Yes.
than fucking Fast and the Furious.
Jesus
movies.
Christ! Like Vin Diesel, oh the
It
bridge,
is.
the bridge is out. Let me just hit my tire
Man of Steel gets
on
away
this
with the
thing.
excuse of we can do whatever we want because they're aliens.
Sure. But Man of Steel at least has moments. Right, the part like first
Right.
flight and shit like that. There are some things in
there's,
there
like,
that are really
he
good.
punches the fights are like good, right? Because it's the only thing Zack Snyder's good at. Is fight choreography.
Yes,
It's the only thing he's good
and they're
at.
fucking awesome, bro.
But the movie's trash.
He does what he does best, and it makes the movie amazing.
Granted, it is not. And it becomes like, oh, like fucking just stop.
But his argument is, I just want to trim my brain off and eat popcorn and have a good time.
Yes.
And that's what
It's Superman.
everyone watching Fast and Furious
You
does.
cannot do that in Fast and the Furious. This motherfucker, they're defying the laws of gravity, of physics, of mathematics, of every fucking law known to man, bro.
So are Kryptonians.
It's a comic book movie. They're strong.
That's okay though.
Oh, so Vin Diesel just
I
grabs it.
guarantee you, at the end of Fast and the Furious, like Vin Diesel was a robot or some shit.
He must have been.
Like,
He must have
guarantee
been. He must have
At the end of it, their like DNA was modified. They had Captain America genes or some shit.
Surviving explosions. He drives his car.
Vin Diesel was a car.
Ooh.
He actually was a car.
Maybe.
His heart was made out of a transmission.
Transformer.
And guess what? They're not wearing seatbelts. So he drives
I think
his
it's
car.
just better that people go watch Fast and the Furious and they didn't watch Zack Snyder's movie.
I don't give a fuck which made more. I can
Kenny
give
just
two dicks.
hates Fast and the Furious.
I think
Those
at the
movies,
end-
I can turn off my brain and have fun. I'm watching Fast and the... Oh, are you kidding? What? No seatbelts? Look, Simmons, he grabs his car and he's like, I got this. He fucking grabs his car, it hits his fucking rim on the wire. He fucking swings his car fucking off the wire. Oh, will the tire fall off and they will fall and die? No. And then he crashes on the side of a mountain and rolls.
Pause.
No seatbelt.
Pause.
No seatbelt.
Pause.
Jesus
Pause.
Christ.
There's a I can understand why Kenny feels the way he does.
Yes.
So let's go back. I'm going to analyze Kenny's emotions here.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious has been around for a long fucking
Yes.
time. Right.
Superman hasn't?
So long that the tonality of Fast and the Furious and the characters that are represented in the current movies are the same characters from films like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And what was the severity of situations 20 years ago?
Stealing DVD players.
We're stealing DVD players, and this guy might have a shotgun in his truck, and we're in severe danger. I might blow a tire and die. Like there was, it's practically like rooted in reality.
Yes.
Compared to what it is now.
And here now there are no stakes. There's no stakes at all. Oh, they're crashing through space and time.
Yes.
Then nothing's gonna happen. There's no stakes in that.
What was the?
Was there really stakes in a Superman movie?
Yes.
No.
Just for comparative sake, like what were the crazy stakes in like the one where they go to Japan? These guys are crazy because they're drifting.
I have not
It's
watched
so
the
dangerous that they
It's
can
new
drift.
to them.
Oh, it's so crazy.
They only go straight, and now they have to learn to like drift and control these cars.
And it's like the polarization of these guys are crazy because they could drift shit too. Like 15 years
lots.
later, they're driving in space.
Driving in space.
Yes, there is a huge jump of what the
it's
fuck
dumb.
happened
Oh
to
no,
this shit?
that's the thing. It's dumb. It's just that like your suspension of disbelief goes out the window because he's an alien. Okay, he can literally defy gravity.
Yes.
Because he's an alien. That's all you need.
It's comic book.
That's all you fucking need. That's all you fucking needed. And then if they said Vin Diesel was a fucking alien, would you have accepted Fast and Furious' bullshit?
I would.
At the end, it would just make sense.
I would have to believe it. I'd have to believe that they're all from.
If Vin Diesel
planet
turns out to be,
Krypton.
if Vin Diesel turns out to be a fucking transformer, and
Kryptonian.
and it actually transitions into Transformers, the next freaking movie, it would make perfect sense.
Kenny, look deep within. Close your eyes.
Uncloud it.
You're in you're in a younger version of your ethereal form, your human form. You are swimming in an ocean, and I want you to identify the exact moment that Fast and the Furious caused such anger within you. What was the thing that did it? Was it an actor acting a certain way in real life and being a piece of shit? Was it something in the movies that just set you off, that turned you to a path of anger and suffering? What was the moment? What did it?
This is a great question.
Them driving from one building to another building, driving like good speed, and they go from one building to another building, crash out the building and land in another building and like slide and like we're okay.
So what you're saying is that came after them dragging a huge safe through the South America.
I actually like that one.
That one was fun.
That one was fun. It felt like here's the thing. That one felt like
stupid.
It felt stupid,
but connected enough to a like these are still humans trying something crazy.
And you know what? It felt like, hey, we are good car people. We know, like we you know, like we can do this, right? They weren't flying off shit. They felt like they were using their skills to pull off this heist.
I think I just found out the answer. Fast and the Furious became less about the cars
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
It became about
Fast and the Furious was interesting because they were cool car people
Yes.
doing cool car stuff.
Yes.
They just became superhero comic book characters.
Yes, they can be super. Yeah,
That just conveniently drove cars.
That was legit my favorite Fast and the Furious movie. Like even the one before that was cool because they had another crew.
I think we
that
found
was
it.
just as badass as them, and they had like the fucking flip car, and they're like, holy shit, we have this like those two like, and that was after that. They jumped the fucking
So
shark.
I think we found it. Like,
Yes.
like ultimately, the root of Fast and the Furious was like Supra NSX
Yes.
doing cool, nothing because gonna beat an NSX doing
Yeah.
that shit. Like there's a rooted like car fandom with like, oh yeah, if you had an NSX or a Supra, you could do that shit
Became less
against a
about the
Viper.
cars and
Well,
more about
Max,
the absurdity.
And there's
It became
magnets.
less about the cars and more about we're just superheroes jumping on helicopters.
Right,
and
Max,
shit.
you gotta ask yourself, what happens if they make an Initial D movie, and the Initial D movie is literally about the
Yeah,
cars?
like Takumi pulls out an AK-47
Yeah.
to protect his tofu or
Oh,
something.
that should be
Yeah.
interesting.
Not to me.